it's Denise with Ladybug Stampin', and today we're going to do a little collage stamping, an old technique, making new again. We're going to be using two stamp sets, Vesailles and Enjoy Life. And Enjoy Life is retiring on June 2nd, but you can get it right now while supplies last. We're also going to be using the Mosaic Mood Specialty Designer Series paper. I haven't really used this, so I wanted to pick a piece from that set. We're also going to be using some basic gray, crushed curry, and very vanilla cardstock. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take that like little script font of words, and we're going to ink that up in gray granite. Now, when I ink it up, I'm going to stamp off twice, and then I'm going to start stamping on my piece of cardstock, and I'm going to stamp off on all the other sides. Now, don't worry about the measurements because they'll all be listed down below, along with the supplies. Then we're going to take the leaf stamp, and I inked that up in Sahara sand, and I stamped off twice, and then I stamped on there. So we're building up. Basically what we're doing is we're taking stamps and we're layering them on this piece of cardstock. Okay, so then we're going to take it's like a little border stamp, I guess, and you're going to take that and you're going to ink it up in some crumb cake. Now, I did try to line this up, but it did not work out for me. But it's okay because this is collage stamping. Remember, it's just layering stamps. Now, I did not stamp off on that. I wanted a little bit more fuller strength. Then we're going to take this medallion-looking stamp set, I think is what you want to call it, in Sahara sand. And I just inked that up and then stamped and stamped again, because you want to make sure all of your cardstock is covered. Now we're going to take the Enjoy Life stamp set, and this is a photopolymer stamp set, and we're going to take that lady, or if a man, I'm not sure which it is, but I think she's like saying woohoo, and those little flowers, and we're going to ink them up in some Memento Tuxedo black ink. Make sure your ink is very, very juicy. You want to make sure that way you don't have to use Versamark. And then you're going to just cover it with some embossing powder. And I just kept on layering my stamps until I got them, before I used my heat tool and embossed it. So then we're going to take we took the flower and we put it on the other side. Now we're taking the grass, and if you can see, I'm not going all the way using that stamp set all the way. I cut off a little piece at the end. So now we're going to take the butterfly, and we're going to go over with the butterfly, and we're going to stamp it a few times. And I messed up, so that's why I had to stamp it 3, because on my original I only had 1. Okay, now I've embossed it. It's all ready to go. And we're going to take some basic gray and a sponge, and we're just going to edge it. We're just going to edge it. We're going to take some and put some ink around the edges. You want to go light, remember, go light it first, and then you can always come back and add more later. So we're going to go around each side and just ink that up. I really like this technique. You're just layering stamps to create a collage. But what I like about this particular technique is that you're embossing. Okay, now we're going to take our paper snips, and we're going to create a roughed border. Like, we're going to take it and like pull it down, pull your paper snips down, and it will create a rough border. Kind of tear your paper up without tearing it up, but be very careful on the corners. Go slow and take your time so it doesn't tear, unless that's the kind of look that you want. So you just go around. Again, you just want to take your time on the corners, and you're just roughing that up. Now, I wanted to do something a little bit different, because you can leave it like that, but I decided to take some more basic gray and go along the edge of that again, just to pick up. I wanted to kind of highlight that roughed edge, but I didn't want to make it too noticeable. So I wanted it to, and plus I had already edged it, and I just like that look. So you just keep on going. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some crushed curry and what is that called? I forget. Oh, shaded spruce. And we're going to take our sponge daubers, and I'm going to add some color to the grass at first. And I did try to take as much ink as I could off, because you can always, add more, go light. But I was going a little bit too light, so I had to keep on going back. So don't take too much ink, but take some off, because I wanted it to kind of highlight it, not like make it, just real dark. So then I'm going to take the crushed curry, and I do this on the flowers and the butterflies. Now you don't see me do the butterflies because I forgot to show you that part, but you do see me going on the flowers. Now we're going to go ahead and get our card together. So we're going to take our crushed curry and we're going to make it into our card base. This is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Remember, the measurements will be down listed below. Okay. Now I picked these colors because I thought crushed curry and this gray granite went really well together. And there's a little bit in the DSP as well, or it looks like there's some to me. Now we're going to layer our stamped image onto some gray, basic gray cardstock. Then we're going to put some black dimensionals on the back of that. And get that ready. Now we're going to layer our card. So we're going to take our basic gray and we're going to layer our DSP onto the very vanilla first. And I'm using the crushed curry, more of the crushed curry side. I'm not using those big flowers on that side. Layer it on top of the very vanilla. And then I layered that on top of that basic gray using some snail. I really like how this card turned out. These colors just, I don't know, I kind of like these colors. Now we're going to take some of the crushed curry seam binding ribbon. Now this is retiring and I love this seam binding ribbon. Now what I did, I took a little bit of adhesive to kind of hold the back, to hold it on the back of the piece of cardstock because I'm going to wrap the ribbon around to create a bow. Now I made a mistake and cut my ribbon, or I went too short on the left side, as you can see. And I do try to make a bow, and I'm trying to show you that I want it to go all the way to that end, to that side, go all the way to the end of that piece of that cardstock. But this is a real hack job, I think. So I'm going to cut some of this out so you don't have to see my terrible bow making skills. So here I'm just trimming off the edges after I've gotten the bow all done. And then I just take the dimensional backing off and I place my stamped image on top of the ribbon. So you get that little look there. And then we're just going to attach that to the crushed curry cardstock, our card base. Y'all, I really love this card. I really like how that collage stamping, that it's just, again, layering your stamp sets. And in here I'm kind of showing you that that DSP had like little flecks of gray to me, and that's why I chose the basic gray. See how, and then the embossing makes it really, that just, I don't know, adds something to it. Okay guys, well thanks for stopping by. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Enjoy life.